Hello everyone, hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's had a great weekend and has a great start to their week. Um, we are going to focus on this video on going over lesson 8 problem set, and then going ahead and introducing you guys to lesson 9. Right. I just want to state and begin the video that I do not own the rights for Engage New York Eureka Math. All right, we use this for our 6th grade students at Academy del Sol. All right, so this is for my 6th grade students, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with going over lesson 8 problem set. Okay, and the problem is plot the points for each shape, determine the area of the polygon, and then write an expression that could be used to determine the area of the figure. Okay, and we're gonna have to explain. And here are our points that we need to plot. And there's 5 points that we need to plot. The first one has to be 1, 3. So 1x, 3y, which is right there. That's point A. Point B is 2, 8. Double checking, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 8. So that's my point B. Point C is 8, 8. Point D is 10, 3. And point E is 5, negative 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and there's our point. If it helps you, okay, these are the positive y's, these are negative y's, these are positive x's, and these are the negatives. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect all these vertices or points best to my ability. All right. It also helps to use a ruler. All right. If you don't trust yourself with these, it looks somewhat okay. Sorry. Determine the area of the polygon. Okay, so we have to plot the points for each shape, determine the area of the polygon, and then we have to find the area. Now, these lessons, what we've been focusing on, this is a pentagon right here. If we look at it, we've been focusing on decomposing the shape, which means breaking it apart. Okay, so and there's different methods of how to decompose shapes. Okay, you can make this into a triangle if you want. All right, you can make it into a parallelogram. It's your choice. I myself am going ahead and try this. It doesn't matter how you decompose it, you should be coming up with the same area. I notice here that these two points are on the same line on the y-axis, so I'm going to connect them. So I have a triangle right there. Okay, I know if I connect these, I'm also going to make a triangle. Okay, so I have 3 triangles right there. I have triangle 1, triangle 2, and triangle 3. So I need to find the area of those 3 triangles, add the 3 areas, and it'll get me the area of this pentagon or this polygon. Right? So to find the formula to find the area of a triangle is base times height times 1/2. Some of you guys put the 1/2 first and say 1/2 times base times height, or some of you do base times height divided by 2. All 3 of them are saying the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to focus on triangle 1, and the very first thing that I need to find in order to do that, I need to know what's the base and the height. Okay, So in order for me to find the base, look at what I'm going to do here. Okay, I'm going to start from here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then the height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can actually connect it if you want to help you with little dotted lines. Okay, so that's pretty neat there, right? So I'll go ahead and get started with this, and I'm gonna call this triangle 1, and I'm gonna say it's base times height times 1/2, and we're going to say base is 6, said the height was 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then height was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, see, that's correct. Times the 1/2, and you know that Valencia likes to make these into fractions so that he can multiply going across. Okay, and 6 times 5 is 30, times 1 is still 30. 1 times 1 is 1, times 2 is 2. Okay, so the area of the first triangle is going to be 30 divided by 2 is 15 units squared. Okay, that's the area of this one. Now I'm going to focus on the following one, and I'm going to count the base. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need a little bit of space here. I'm gonna try right here, triangle 2. Okay, base times height times 1/2. So I said that from this point to this point, my base is 9 times my height. Let's see, I'm gonna count up, or you can count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 times 5 times 1/2. Make these into fractions, multiply across. 9 times 5 is 45. And 45 divided by 2. So base times height divided by 2. Base times height divided by 2. Okay. And 45 divided by 2. 2 goes into 4. Bring down the 5. It goes in 2 times, which is 4. There's 1 left. I'm going to do decimals, borrow. So it's 22.5. So the area of this triangle, okay, of triangle 2, which is this one, is 22.5 units squared. Okay, and then I'm going to focus on triangle 3. Base times height times 1/2. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and say, to count this, they share the same base, okay, because they're they're on the same vertices, okay, and they're both sharing the same base, 2 and 3. Just to double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so the base is going to be 9, and the height, let's see, start from the very bottom point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can also do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then boom, it connects, right? It's just to further proof. It's like evidence. Make these into fractions. Same thing for this one. It's going to be 45 over 2. We have our work here. So the area of triangle 3 is also going to be 22.5 units squared. Okay, now we have the area of the 3 triangles. Now to find the area of this pentagon, which is the entire shape, we're going to add the 3 areas. So we're going to do 15 plus 22.5 plus 22.5. Okay, that's 10. We're going to carry the 1. 5 plus 2 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. Plus 1 is 0. So the area for the entire shape is 60 units squared. Okay, so that's the That's the area for the shape. All right. If you want to pause the video, go ahead, rewind it, look at it. All right. I just drew this line to show you that that's the area of this entire thing. I added the 3 areas of the triangles and it gave me that. Right. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Send me a message through Class Dojo email. This is going to focus on the next one. Okay. -10, +2. And this is point X. Point Y is -3. 1, 2, 3. +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is point Y. And the last one, point Z, -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is point Z. Okay, and you know what we need to do is connect them. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm still a little bit, got some little allergies right here going on, so my voice leaves me, I'm sorry, or if I get trembly. Now we have this triangle right here, kind of looks like a right triangle. But again, we need to decompose, all right? And there's different ways that we can decompose this shape. You know, we can cut across right here and have ourselves a triangle and have 2 triangles, okay? Which is the easiest one to do, so we can go ahead and decompose right here. All right, and if you notice, we have 2 triangles here, okay, and it'll let us know our base, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, and our height is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect, so it's 6 by 4. This one, okay. Let's see the base. Our height it's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the same. And the base, it begins here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So let's give this one a shot. Let's look at triangle. I'm gonna call this triangle 1, triangle 2. Okay. So we said the base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're both gonna have 6. So triangle 1, base times height times 1/2. Okay, so we said it was 6, the base, and the height. I'm just double checking. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 times 4 times 1/2. If we multiply across, that's 24 over 2. Okay, which is 12 units squared. Bam. Let's look at triangle 2. I'm gonna do it over here. Need some space. Base times height times 1/2. Said that the base for this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the height 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1/2. Let's multiply across. 7 times 6 is 42. Divided by 2. 42 divided by 2 is 21 units squared. Okay. And now we can add these. 21 plus 12. And there we go. 33 units squared. All right. If you have any questions, all right, guys, let me know on that, kind of how it works. You could have also done here on the outside, okay? You could have done a rectangle, okay? But that meant that you guys were gonna have to find more, okay? So you gotta get creative with these as long as it works for you. That decomposing it, it's really, really, really at the end, it's really up to you. Okay, as long as we're working with triangles or parallelograms. Okay, and then we're looking at number 3, and the points are 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is point E. Point F is 9, negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is point F. And point G is 1, negative 3, which is right there. And again, we're going to connect. You know, the straighter the lines, the easier it's for you to see the base and the height. And it just looks more organized and neater in general. Okay. So again, here I have several options to decompose this. I can make this into a rectangle if I want. Okay. I myself am gonna make this into 2 triangles, and I'm gonna split them down the middle. And I'm using a black pen so you're able to see that. So now I have triangle 1 and triangle 2, and I'm gonna label here triangle 1, triangle 2. Okay. And now I'm gonna see how I can do this. Base and height. This is actually the base, if you see it, because it's sitting sideways, right? It's our right. So the base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm gonna call it triangle 1. Base times height times 1/2. 11 times, and the height, let's see. I'm gonna make that little dotted line in my mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I can start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I connect it. All right. So my height is 4 times 1/2. Then it's gonna make this into a fraction to multiply across. 11 times 4 is 44. Divided by 2. 44 divided by 2 is 22 units squared. So we found the area of the first triangle, and now I'm gonna focus on the next one. And you're gonna see that these are reflections. It's gonna be the same height right here. Okay, so I'm gonna say triangle 2. Base times height times 1/2. And look at this, if I go from here to here, it's the same. They both end right there, which is the base is 11 times the height. I'm just gonna double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. So it's 44 over 2, which again is 22 units squared. So they both have the same area. Now the last thing that I need to do is add both of the areas for both triangles, and it's gonna let me know what's the area of the entire triangle. So 22 plus 22, 44. So it's 44 units squared, right? That's the area of the entire thing, all right? Told you guys that number 4 was good. We worked on it during our virtual classroom and shared some ideas. For number 5, okay, we also talked about these, and you guys did wonderful, and we decided that these were the coordinates that we were going to use. Okay, and I'm just writing them down here, documenting for anybody who might have missed a number or miswrote a number. Okay. See, I have them written down on the paper, and I almost made a mistake because that's the number you gave me, guys. So number 1 and number 3 is the one that you had for sure to do at home. And obviously we're doing everything from home, right? But that was our focus for lesson 8. All right. If you have any questions, you guys, by all means, let me know. But that is our homework right there. Okay. If at any point you need to rewind this video and look at the steps, I would recommend you guys going ahead and doing that. All right. So just reminding you, and just to come back on this one, you know, it's telling us that the area of the rectangle is 72 square inches, and remember we talked about this. If you imagine it like this, the distance between these are 2. Okay. And these are also as well here are different. So at the very end, you guys decided to give me this points because at the end it was gonna finish at 72 units squared. Okay. And we figured out that we were gonna do, oh my bad, it was 12 and 6, so 12 times 6 is 72. All right, just double checking with you guys for the people that weren't there, but everything looks good. All right, again, if you have any questions on that, please let me know as soon as possible. All right, that's lesson 8. Now we're moving on to lesson 9, and just give me a second here. Okay, so lesson 9 is determining the perimeter and the area of the polygon's coordinate plane. We did begin it, remember, how during our virtual classroom. Okay, but I'm still gonna, you know, go over it a little bit. So our focus here is to decompose the shape. So we have this polygon, and I have this printout of how it looks clean, and how I'm putting the version of how you decompose it. Okay, there's 2 ways that you can decompose it. You can either decompose it like me using a horizontal line, or you can decompose it using a horizontal line. All right, vertical, I'm sorry. But what you need to be careful is just make sure that you're labeling the numbers correctly. Okay, so it's asking us to, you know, it says that JazzJet has made a scale drawing of a vegetable garden she plans to make in her backyard. She needs to determine the perimeter and area. So we need to find both perimeter and area to find out how much fence and dirt she needs to purchase. Okay, so we have this polygon right here, and we're decomposing, which again, decomposing means to break down or to cut apart. So you wanna decompose a shape, a polygon, into several different shapes. The ones that we've been using from lessons, I think it's from lesson 4 to now, it's when we've been decomposing polygons either into triangles or rectangles, just like in the lesson that I explained right now. We were decomposing it into triangles or rectangles, which rectangle is a type of parallelogram. Okay, so if you notice here, I decomposed this polygon and I created 2 rectangles, right? I have rectangle 1 and I have rectangle 2. All right, and I found the distance from point A to point B, and I labeled them here: point A to point B, point C, all of them, and the distance. And how did I find them? I was just counting every unit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 4. From B to C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my 7. From C to D is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. From D to E is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From E to F is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And from F to A is 13 spaces. Okay. And then I made a decision. Do I want to decompose it going this way or going this way? Well, it's really up to you. Okay. It's really, at the end, it's up to you. Okay. And here's my example that I have. And for perimeter, the very first thing I did for perimeter, we're trying to add, and we have to add all of the sides together. Since we already labeled them, we have to add them. Here are the sides. Okay, add them. Once you added them, it's 42 units squared. So the perimeter is the distance outside of the shape. So this is the actual fence she needs. So she needs, JazzJet needs 42 units to fence her garden. And then what we did for area? Well, we did, since there are two parallelograms, we used the formulas base times height. That's the formula we used to find the area of parallelograms. So I did rectangle 1, I did base 4 times the height, which is 7, and I showed the work right there. And then I did this one, rectangle 2, which my base is 8 times the height is 6, 8 times 6, and then I did my work. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 8 times 6, which is 48. I added them, here's my work, and this is the area, 76 units squared. So you see these shaded squares right here? I guarantee it to you that if you actually go in and count by hand one by one, there's gonna be 76 of those, because area is the amount of space and squares that fit inside of a shape. All right. The other way you could do it, again, I could have decomposed it this way. Okay. Look at that one. And I'm still gonna use these numbers. 4, 13. I said this one was 8. We said this one was 6, 4, and 7. Okay. This is gonna be rectangle 1. And this is gonna be rectangle 2. Okay. And I already have my measurements here. Okay. If I look at rectangle 1, this is my base, which is 4. And my height is 13. Okay. 13 times 4 is 52. And then this one, okay, which is 6 times 4. Here's my base, and here's my height, which is 24. Now if you add them, 52 plus 24, 76. Look at that. 76, 76. So I've explained in the past, it doesn't matter how you break it, how you decompose it, okay? You're always gonna end up with the same, and then units squared. You're always going to end with the same area. If you don't get the same area, it's because we're not doing our operations correctly. If it's either we're not doing our multiplication correct, our division, our addition, or subtraction. All right. So I wanted to show you that. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So that's the focus for today. Decomposing and finding the area and the perimeter. So we're going onto this one. Okay. And again, it says calculate the area of the polygon using 2 different methods. Write 2 expressions to represent 2 methods and compare the structure of the expression. So I'm gonna go into this one. Okay, and I need my space here. And I'm gonna show you one method here. Okay, how to decompose this one. And trying to get this in a best angle. So I have to look at this and I want to think in a creative way. I myself wouldn't recommend you guys using pens. I would recommend using a pencil if you make a mistake. All right. Again, we're practicing on this, but again, we're either trying to create parallelograms or triangles. I myself, I see here that I can connect this from point F to point B. And look at that. I already have one triangle here. So I'm going to label it 1 so I know that's my first shape. I know that I can connect point F to point C. Let me get this closer. And look at that beauty. That's another shape right there. I can decompose it here from point F to point D. Do third shape. And this one is already done for me. And bam. Okay. I decomposed there. Okay. This is one method. The other method is right here. Okay. And I'm going to use this color just to change it a little bit. I'm going to make this into a parallelogram. And look at this. I'm going to connect these. Okay. Look at this, you guys. Boom. And look at that. Okay. Look at that. Now we have these 4 triangles are going to have the same area because they're all the same. Okay. So if I find the area of this triangle, okay, this is going to have the same area. This is going to have the same area. This is going to have the same area. So what I can do to save time is find the area of this triangle and then multiply it times 4. And that'll let us know what's the area of all 4 triangles together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. Okay, I look at this and there's similarities that I notice here, that triangle 1 looks the same as triangle 4, and triangle 2 and triangle 3 look the same. So I'm going to focus on triangle 1 and 2, 1 and 4. Okay, and we're going to use the formula base times height times 1/2. So let's see what's the base of triangle 1 and triangle 4. Okay, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the base is 4, and the height, let's see, 1, 2, 3, connect. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, connect. Okay, so the height is 3 times 1/2. Multiply across. That is 12 over 2, and 12 divided by 2 is 6 units squared. Okay, but before I do that, and I was about to, since there's 2 triangles, 1 triangle, 2, okay, I just found the area of 1 triangle. I'm going to multiply it by 2, okay, because I have triangle 1 and triangle 4 are 2 triangles, okay? So now both of them together, the area of triangle 1 and 4 are 12 units squared, all right? If you notice here, I just applied 1 triangle. So I multiplied times 2 because there's 1, 2, triangle 1 and triangle 4, and I even labeled it here, okay? Now I'm going to use this one to differentiate and use triangle to mention triangles 2 and 3. Base times height times 1/2. So let's find what's the base and the height for triangles 2 and 3. Here's the base. They're sharing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Base is 8. And then the height, I'm going to start from B and count to the base. 1, 2, 3. Or I can start from D, count to the base. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So it's going to be 8 times 3. My bad. This is a 3. This is supposed to be a 3. It's 1/2. 8 base times height times 1/2. So my 8 is from F to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the height 1, 2, 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 divided by 2. Okay. It's 12 units squared. But again, how many triangles do we have? I need to see over here. 1, 2. So I'm going to multiply it times 2, which is 24 units squared. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these 2 right here. 12 units squared, okay, plus 24 units squared. Okay. And here we go. 24 plus 12, 36. So the area, and this is an actual hexagon on the outside. It's a 6-sided shape. So I'm saying the area of the hexagon is 36 units squared, okay? And we decompose this hexagon into 4 triangles. Again, if you want to see this method, go ahead, save it, look at it, go back, screenshot it, okay? I'm going to show you the other method because there's saying 2 methods, and I need my space here myself, okay? If I look, there's 4 triangles, and then on purple on the outside, it's let me double check if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a rectangle. Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the base, and all these triangles are the same. It has a base of 2, base of 2, base of 2, base of 2, and it has a height of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's a 2 by 3. And how many triangles do I have? 4. So I'm gonna say triangle 1, 2, 3, 4. Base times height times 1/2. We said that the base was, double checking, 1, 2. Okay. and the height was 3. I memorized that. Multiply across, 2 times 3 is 6. Divided by 2 is 3 units squared. And I'm not finished. How many triangles do I have that are white? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to multiply by 4. So the area of the 4 triangles together is 12 units squared. Now I'm going to find the area of this parallelogram, which I said was an 8 by 6. So I'm going to call it, it's actually a rectangle, base times height, which is 8 times 6, which is 48 units squared. Okay. And now to find the area of this hexagon, what we're going to do is we're going to get this area, which is the area of the rectangle, which is the one outside, and we're going to subtract it from the 4 rectangles. So we're going to do 48 minus 12, and that is 36 units squared. And I want you to see the areas, and they're both the same. All right, that's why we're proving here. It doesn't matter how you decompose a shape, how you break it apart. Okay, you're still gonna end up with the same area. All right, so if you want to look at these steps, go ahead and look at them. Okay, go ahead and look at them. All right, pause the video if you need to. Okay, jumping up to the next one. All right, determine the area of the following shapes. Okay, so again, decompose. And this one is an octagon. We see it in real life all the time, where on a stop sign, right? So look at what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna make it again into a parallelogram. Okay, I think this is it's easy to do this. Okay, but you know, everybody's different, obviously, right? I'm just sharing my opinion. Okay, this is how I feel comfortable myself, but it's awesome to know different methods. Okay, because the point of math is to become problem solvers, you guys. And once we're in the real world, you need the best paying jobs out there, or the jobs that pay for problem solving. You know, you being able to show that you're able to solve problems and fix them quick. Okay, those are the great careers. Okay, so I look at this and I notice again, kind of what we just did. This one, I think it's an actual square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's an actual rectangle. It's a 10 by 9. Okay, it's a 10 by 9. So I'm just gonna help myself here, put a little 10 and a 9 so I know that. And then look at here. I have 4 of the same triangles, and their bases 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and their height is 1, 2, 3 as well. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna focus on finding the area of the triangles first. So I have how many triangles? I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Base times height times 1/2. So we said that the base is 1, 2, 3, and they all share the same base. So 3, and they all share the same height, which is 1, 2, 3 times 1/2. Make these into fractions so I can multiply across. 9 divided by 2, and show my work here. It's 4, 8, 1. So I'm gonna have to borrow 4.5. Okay, 4.5 units squared. That's the area of each triangle. So that's 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. And I'm gonna multiply it by 4 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 1, carry the 2. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. So the area of the triangles is 18 units squared, all 4 of them. Now let's find the area of the parallelogram, which is the rectangle, right? And the area for parallelograms formula is base times height, so it's 10 times 9, which is 90 units squared. That's a pretty easy one of, you guys know your multiplications of 10 times 9. Okay, and now what we need to do to know the area of this octagon, which is shaded in gray, we're gonna subtract the 90, we're gonna subtract the rectangle from the 4 triangles, and that's gonna let us know that. So we're gonna do 90 minus 18. We're gonna have to borrow here, turns into 8. 8 minus 1 is 7, and we borrowed. 10 minus 8 is 2. So the area of the octagon is 72 units squared. Okay, that's pretty cool, huh? Another option, okay, that I want to show you here, okay, just showing you a quick idea, another way to decompose this, that I've seen some students that have sent me their work early, they decomposed it like this, okay. Look at this, okay. Now I don't want to complicate it. Okay, again, if in my virtual classroom, remember we talked about that there's more than 2 possible methods of decomposing this, all right? You can decompose it in many different ways. I'm just showing you 2 different methods here, okay? And this one, okay, now you have these triangles, okay? And you have these rectangles and you have these, all right? And if I look at this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all the same. These 3 are the same. Okay. These are 3 by 3s, and there's 4 triangles. I mean, I can go ahead and solve it just to prove it to you guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and solve it just for fun. Okay. So I have 4 triangles, so I'm gonna need as much space as possible, just to prove to you guys that it doesn't matter how you decompose. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they all have the same base, which is 1, 2, 3. Base times height times 1/2. Their base is 3, and their height is 1, 2, 3. 1/2. 3 times 3. That's the one we just got right now. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, and 4.5 times 4. Okay. And we said it was 18. Okay. So the area of the triangles is 18 units squared. Okay. So each triangle, this is 4.5, that's 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. So we already found this one, this one, this one, this one. Now I'm going to do these right here, and I'm gonna call them the middle rectangles. I'm gonna call them mid rectangles, just so I keep in mind. And I'm just double checking. They're 3 by 4s, all of them. Okay. So base times height. Okay. So their base is 4 and their height is 3. So 4 times 3. That's easy. That's 12. How many rectangles do we have the same? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to multiply that 12 by 3, which is 36. Okay. Units squared. So now we found the area of these 3. Each one is 12 units squared. 12 units, 12 units, 12 units. You add all 3 of them is 36. Now we need to find these 2. And I'm going to call them the outer rectangles. And if I count them correct, that's 3 by 3. And we have 2 of them. Base times height, which is 3 times 3, which is 9. And I have 2 of them. 1, 2. That's 18 units squared. Now guess what? What am I going to do? I'm going to add all the areas. 18, 36, 18. 36, 18, 18. Well, 8 plus 8 is 16. Plus 6 is 22. Carry the 2. 3 plus 1 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. Plus 2 is... And look at this. Look how I decompose it here. 72 units squared. Look at this one, 72 units squared. So again, This is another way that you can decompose it. Again, if you need to pause it to have an idea, look at it. All right, look at it, pause it, rewind it. I would recommend you rewind it. Here's the other method. Okay, go back, rewind it. All right, and there's different ways to decomposing. Now I'm just showing you two because of a matter of time. If I show you more methods, I'm gonna make a 4-hour video. All right, so that's another way for decomposing this shape. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go into this one. Look at this hexagon. My bad, let me repeat that. It's a pentagon because it's a 5-sided shape. So look at how I'm gonna decompose this one. I have a triangle right there, so I'm gonna call it shape 1. Okay. I look at here and I can create a triangle. That's shape 2, and I can create this one. Oh, they're gonna be shape. These two triangles are gonna be the same. Okay. And this is, I'm gonna call it shape 3. So we have 3 triangles and 1 rectangle or parallelogram. 2 and 4 are gonna be the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and figure this out. Focus on triangle 1 first. Base times height times 1/2. Okay. And the base, if I count from here to here, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the base is 8 and the height is 1, 2, 3. Nice. 1/2. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, or you can count from here 1, 2, 3, or you can go to the edges 1, 2, 3, and then connect 1, 2, 3, connect. Okay, make these into fractions. 8 times 3 is 24, and the denominator is 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12 units squared. So we already found the area of triangle 1. Now let's find the area of triangle 2 and 4, which they're the same. 2 and 4. Base times height times 1/2. So the base of 2 and 4, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Let's see the height. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So they're exactly the same. They're a reflection of each other. 5 times 3 is 15 divided by 2. So let's see how much it comes out. 7. I'm gonna borrow 7.5. Okay. So it's 7.5 units squared. But how many triangles are we working with? 1, 2. I want to multiply that by 2. So it's 15. So the area of the 2 triangles combined together is 15. So that's 7.5, 7.5. If you add 7.5 and 7.5, it's 15 units. So now we have the area for triangle 1, 2, and 4. Now we need to find the area of the rectangle, which is this one, shape 3, and it's a base times height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 2. 1, 2. So it's a 5 by 2. Base times height, 5 times 2, which is 10 units squared. And look, I'm gonna count it really quick, double check. Let's see if there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add all of those together. So I'm gonna do 12 plus 15 plus 10. 12 plus 15 plus 10. 5 plus 2 is 7. 1 plus 1 plus 1, 37 units squared. And there's your area for that one. Okay. Kind of cool, huh? Okay. So I'm going to show you another method here. It's a clean one, and I'm going to decompose it another way. And look at here. I'm going to make it into, and again, I'm going to use this one just to, so you guys are able to see. And I'm going to make it into a parallelogram on the outside. Okay. And look at that. If you see the outside, it's a parallelogram. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God. So it's a square. Okay. I'm guessing the all sides are the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's a square. All sides are equal. And in a square, it's considered a parallelogram, right? Because this right line is parallel to this left line. This bottom line is parallel to the top line. So nice. So we have that. And look at that. Triangle 1 and triangle 2. I'm going to use this color so it's not confusing. Black. Triangle 1 and triangle 2 are the same. So I'm going to say triangle 1 and 2 are the same. And if you look at this one, triangle 3 and triangle 4 are also the same. So let's find the area of those ones. Let's see, what's the base? 1, 2, 3, and the height 1, 2, 3, 4. Double checking, base 1, 2, 3, height 1, 2, 3, 4. So base times height 1/2. So we hit a 3 by 4. Create these in fractions so I can multiply our costs. 3 times 4 is 12 divided by 2, which is 6 units squared. And I'm going to multiply that by 2 because there's 2 triangles. So the area of triangle 1 and 2 together, their area is 12 units squared. That's 6 units. That's 6 units squared. Add them together. 6 plus 6 is 12. Now let's find the area of triangle 3 and 4. Let's see their base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So their base is 5. And their height, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 5 times 3. And we worked on this one, on this previous one where we said 5 times 3. Where was it? Right here. Okay. It's 15 over 2. And we said that it's right here. Here's the actual work, just showing you. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Okay, if you need to see that. So it's 7.5. Since we have 2 triangles, it's 15. So 15 units squared. So this is 7.5, 7.5. And if we add 7.5 plus 7.5, we get 15. So now we found 12 represents D2, 15. Now let's find the area of the square. And the base times height. You know, some of you guys use length times width. Or you can use side square. They're all the same. I like to use myself base times height just so that we kind of keep ourselves in the same range. Because trying to memorize so many formulas might be overwhelming sometimes. Okay, so base is 8 and height is 8. So it's 8 times 8, which is 64 units squared. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add these two, the 12 and the 15. We're going to add all their triangles and subtract it from the 64. All right. So 15 plus 12 is 27. And now let's subtract it from 64. This is 64. And that's going to give us the area of the Pentagon. We need to borrow. That's 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 14, 37 units squared. And look at that. Just proving here again. Look at this, how I decomposed it. The area of the Pentagon, 37 units squared. Look at how I decompose this one, and look at the area of the Pentagon, 37 units squared. So again, it doesn't matter how you decompose it, okay? It doesn't matter how you decompose it. You're gonna get the same area, all right? If you need to pause this video, pause it again, rewind it. Take breaks, you guys. I always recommend taking breaks because I know it's overwhelming. But, you know, just proving to you guys to see that, you know, decomposing in different ways helps you find the area. Okay, got these last two problems and then we're done. Okay, determine the area and perimeter of the following. Okay, so the area and perimeter. Okay, So let's see. I'm gonna decompose it this way. And I'm actually gonna use this color, black, so it looks more natural. Okay, that's easier for me. And now I can actually, to help myself, I can count the numbers. So let's see, from here, from bottom to top. So this is gonna be, and I'm gonna use black again, might as well. Rectangle 1 or parallelogram, and then shape number 2. So let's see. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a 10 by 6. And then this bottom one, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's this one is the shape 1 is a rectangle, shape 2 is a square. What we're going to do is find the area of shape 1, find the area of shape 2, add them together, and it's gonna give us the area of this polygon, all right? And then we also need to find the perimeter, okay? So I might as well start putting the sides here, just so I know, okay? This is the only one that's missing for the perimeter, okay? This is the only one that's missing. If this is 4, just so you know, if this is 4, 4 plus 6, so this missing spot right here, which I'm highlighting in purple, is gonna be 6. Why? Because 4 plus 6 equals 10. So all of this is 10, okay? Keeping that in mind when we do, the only one that we won't count is this one, okay? Because it's inside this one. Should have done a better job with it. Should have put it right there, okay? I'm gonna find the area first because it's telling me to focus on area first. So I'm gonna focus on the area. So base times height, okay? If you wanna rewind this video so you don't look at all these numbers and confuse you, that's okay. Base times height. So this one is the actual base and here's my height. So shape 1, base times height, which is 10 times 6. Here's the base and here's the height, which 10 times 6 is 60 units squared. And then shape 2, I'm gonna use another color pen, which is this one. I'm gonna use base times height as well. 4 times 4, which is 16 units squared. And if I go in here, it'll actually be 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, just proving it to you guys. And now what I'm gonna do is add the 60 and the 16, and it should give me the area of the entire shape. So the area is 60 plus 16. That is 76 units squared. So that's the area of this shape, okay? That's the area of this shape. Now let's find the perimeter, okay? So we're gonna add the sides. So I'm gonna say perimeter, okay? So I'm gonna add this one. So I'm gonna say perimeter is 10 plus, that's 6, and that one's 4. If you want to save time, you can say 10 because 6 plus 4 is 10. So it's 10 plus 10 if you want to. Plus 4. Plus another 4. Plus 6. Plus 6. Okay. And let's see. So 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. 20 plus 4 is 24. 24 plus 4 is 28. 28 plus 4 is 34. And 34 plus 6 is 40 units. And that's the perimeter of this shape. All right. If it helps you setting it up going this way, that also helps. But again, I don't have another copy, but there's different ways to decomposing it. And if you wanted to decompose it, you could have decomposed it going this way. All right. It's really up to you. You could do a horizontal or vertical. Okay, it's really up to you. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the following one, which is the last one, and I myself look at this and look. I could decompose it going like this, but I'm gonna have three shapes if I decompose it going this way. I'm gonna help myself and just decompose it going horizontal, so I only have shape 1 and shape 2. Okay, because if I go vertical, it would have been 1 and then 2 and then 3 right here. Okay, it would have looked like this. Look, it would have, that's what I'm talking about. It would have looked like that if we would have done it vertical. Okay, do you prefer this method or this one? It's really up to you. Okay, there's different ways to do this. All right, there's different ways. So let's see. I'm gonna focus on the area first. And let's count the distance, the base, and the height. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that's 15 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 15 by 6. So I might as well just gonna start right now. Shape 1, base times height, which is 15 times 6. Okay, that's 30. So it's 90. So the area of this, there's gonna be 90 squares in here. It's 90 units squared. Now I'm gonna find the area of shape 2. And let's see. The measurements are, the base is 1, 2, 3, 4. And the height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a 4 by 10. It's a 4 by 10. So base times height. So it's 4 times 10, which is 40 units squared. So that's the area of shape 2. Now what we're going to do to find the entire area of the polygon, we're going to add the area of shape 1 plus the area of shape 2. 90 plus 40. 9 plus 4 is 13. So the area of the entire shape is 130 units squared. Okay, so if you want to look at that, okay, now it's asking me to find the perimeter. Now I just want to make sure that I label everything because I'm gonna need to add everything on the outside. So if this side is 6, since this line is parallel to this one, this side said this is also 6. Okay, if this is 10, this is also going to be 10. Okay, this is the tricky part right here. Okay, this is the tricky part right here. If this is 15, okay, and this is 4, okay, 15 minus 4 is 11, right? 15 minus 4 is 11, but you can also count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 4, and look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So look at that, 7 plus 4 is 11. And 11 plus 4 is 15. So these 3 lines added together make the top one. Okay, so now we can add. So perimeter. So here we go. I'm going to begin 15 plus 6. 15 plus 6. The next one, 15 plus 6 plus 4. Plus 10 plus 4 plus 10 plus 7 plus 6. It's a lot of numbers. Okay, now so we're trying to find the distance outside of this polygon. So 15 plus 6 is 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. 25 plus 10 is 35. 35 plus 4 is 39. 39 plus 10 is 49. 49 plus 7 is 56. And 56 plus 6 is 62 units. Okay, and that is the perimeter for this shape. So it's 62 units on the outside. All right, that's lesson 9, you guys. Okay, if you have any questions, okay, let me know. If you need to pause this video, rewind it at any point, again, do it. I encourage it. All right, I encourage it. Okay, the practice is to decompose, all right, the shapes and finding the area. Okay, so again, that's what you're doing here. Okay, you're just finding the area on number 1, decompose it however it helps you. Remember, there's different ways to decomposing it. Okay, for number 2, you're finding the perimeter and the area. Remember, the area is the space inside of the shape, and the perimeter is the distance around the shape. So in perimeter, you need to add. So remember, if you're having trouble remembering the difference between perimeter and area, come back to these. Come back to these. Okay, especially the one that I just did. Come back to these and look at the difference. With area, we multiply. Okay, with perimeter, we add the sides. So be very careful with that one. Okay, so we're finding the area and perimeter on this. For number 3, it says determine the area of the polygon. Okay, so you're gonna have to find the area of this. Okay, and the same thing. Follow number 4, and then on number 5, determine again the area of this. Okay, if you need to decompose into different shapes, okay, a trick that I can tell you on number 5, okay, which we've been doing the previous ones, you can close this one off right here and close this one off. Find the area of this space that you close off, find the area of this space, okay, and you could subtract it from the entire shape, because at the end, when you close it, okay, when you close it, it's gonna be a rectangle. Okay, it's gonna be a rectangle. Okay, and if you need any further help with this one, okay, let me know. And then the bottom one, it's pretty self-explanatory, but if you have any questions with these, let me know, you guys. All right, I hope you guys take care of yourself, and let me know. Okay, shoot me a message through Class Dojo, through my email. All right, I'm here for you to help you guys, so please let me know. I hope you guys have a good day.